Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So good to have you. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a book, or kind of like a book series. So there's three of it that we have, and I'm sure they have more, but we have three. Yeah, they have heaps more. On a, on a book that's mainly, on a series that's mainly my favorite, not so much my husband's. He hasn't really read it, because he's more into personal self-development, whereas I kind of went through this phase where I just really enjoyed reading parenting books, and I'll explain why in a second. But parenting books was just so entertaining and so relevant, and also less confronting, because the books that my husband reads, like Joel, my husband, the books that he likes to read and he always recommends to me, it kind of just zooms like this light on me, like Jasmine, you need to be better, you need to self-develop your habits, which is amazing all the time, like the 7 habits, which I've been doing reviews on in the past. I've done 2 videos on it now. Check it out if you haven't. I love 7 habits. I love self-development books. We have a ton of other self-development books, which I will get into eventually. But sometimes it's just too much. Sometimes it's just a bit exhausting to always work on yourself. And I know, like you should always focus on yourself. But sometimes reading parenting books is like just having that kind of like nice comedic sense where you're not alone in this journey. You're obviously not alone, but sometimes it feels that way. Sometimes it can feel that way, so yeah. So today I'd love to talk to you without further ado about one of my favorite books, and it's helped me just kind of like zoom back in on what's important and really be more aware of the sensitivities around this topic, and it is Siblings Without Rivalry. And this is by Adele Faber and Elaine Maslish. I hope I'm saying that right. And yeah, we have like all three, we have 3 books. This is Siblings Without Rivalry, and we also have the How to Talk So Kids How to Talk So Kids Will Listen, and Listen So Kids Will Talk. And it's also, I think, this is by Adele. Yes, that's right. So this is by Adele and Elaine, the How to Talk book, and it is crazy good. Like 5 million copies sold worldwide, and it's so cute that the How to Talk So Little Kids Will Listen, a survival guide to life with children ages 2 to 7. And this is actually written by her daughter. How cute is that? I don't know. It's like you write a book about parenting, and then your daughter growing up writing a book as well about parenting. I just thought it was super cool. I love them. What's it called? What was I gonna say? Spoiler alert. You don't actually do a lot of talking. It's not. Yeah, it's mainly listening skills. Spoiler alert. And that also applies for what my husband says in his main habit: seek first to understand before being understood. And that's basically all the parenting books. Seek first to understand before being understood. I wonder if that's an actual habit, because I did mention that in the whole win-win habit 4 win-win, but I don't know if seek first to understand before being understood. Yes, it is. It's habit 5. It's habit 5. So it's actually after win-win, that you should seek first to understand before being understood. I think it kind of speaks for itself what that means, but to get really in depth of what that means is to really listen. Like, not just listen to reply, but to actually sit, be present, and listen. Don't talk. I mean, you can talk. Don't probe. Don't just ask questions. Just listen and let the person, the kid, the partner, the spouse, just let them lead you to where they want to lead you. Or even just sit in silence. Because a lot of the time, I don't remember which book it was. It's one of this. I'm sure it was. I feel like it's the How to Talk So Little Kids Will Listen. Because oftentimes when parents can't connect with their kids, it's actually because they're always trying to project something onto the kids. Sadly, I fall into this trap all the time, where I'm just like asking questions and just directing and like, oh, how's your day, what are you doing, you know, all those that. Where sometimes connection, this might be wrong, but communication is like, I know a very high number of non-verbal. I think it's like 80%, but that's probably, don't quote me on that, but I know it's like around 70% or something like that. I could be wrong, I could be completely off, but I know it's high, really high percent that communication is actually non-verbal. So we don't have to actually talk to communicate. It's actually just being present. Who would have thought, right? Being present, like, should be like this whole massive banner for parenting. Just be present. And it is one of the most simplest, yet hands down the hardest thing to do. Have you tried just sitting in the room with your kid, sitting on your hands and just letting them guide you without your phone, without technology, without you directing the game? Just let them lead, being present, being mindful, and being still. I don't know if I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed ADHD. Follow along to see when I get my diagnosis. But that's hard. And I fail over and over again. But you know what? I get up and I try again, even though it's hard. But yes, sorry. Siblings Without Rivalry. Went on a bit of a tangent and talked about many books. So I don't even know if I should talk just about Siblings Without Rivalry. But basically, the reason why I love books like parenting like this so much is because they don't give you straight up advice. They give you more tools for your kid so that you don't have to constantly be in survival mode. You can thrive. You can not be dying all the time. Like there are some strategies. I mean, it's not always going to be easy because it's always like mental space first and like mental clarity and how you're feeling and all that. I get that, but there are things that you can do, like Siblings Without Rivalry. They talk about just not comparing your kids. I mean, like, how basic is that? That sounds super basic, but it's not. Like, comparison is such a whole thing in itself. Like, I feel like I could go on, like, we can talk a lot about this book, so maybe I would do like a multiple series on this. But comparison is not just like, oh, look what your sister is doing, why can't you do that? It's even saying that I love you guys the same. That blew my mind. Equal is less. Chapter 4. Equal is less. Did you know that? I learned that from a parenting workshop that I did with Fern Van Zyl and Simone Davies. They're Montessori educators, so we're very blessed to be a part of a Montessori community for a while, and it was really, really mind-opening and nurturing to be in a community like that, and I'm super, super grateful. But yeah, when Fern first told me, Fern Van Zyl from I'm sure The Independent Child, she's from The Independent Child, and Simone Davies, the incredible writer of Montessori Toddler, Montessori Babies, and Montessori Now, the Montessori Child. She has like 3 incredible Montessori books. They actually told me that equal is less. So that was like, I asked her, what's one tip you could give me, because I'm about to have another baby. This is when I was pregnant with my daughter Faith, and I already had my son who was 2 years old, and she said, do not love them equally, love them differently. And I didn't understand that, not at first, but now I do. Because to say that you love them both equally is to devalue one of their characters. Like, just, I can't love 2 people the same. Imagine if, this is a bad comparison, but just imagine if you say to your current partner that you love your ex the same way you love them. Like, oh, I love you guys both the same. You know, it's okay. Like, yeah, it's not the same. It's different. They're completely different people. And I'm sorry to bring up exes and new people, but it's like they're completely different people. So we need to love them for their individuality, their uniqueness, who they are. And yeah, definitely can get into like a whole talk on Siblings Without Rivalry, because there's so much more to it. And yeah, a lot of awareness. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.